We're having fun.
Yeah, come with me now.
Today's video is brought to you by the Battle at the Barnyard series. They're out of Easley, South Carolina, and they got a local arena cross series running this year with 4 dates. First one has a $5,000 All-Stars race, going to be running in conjunction with the TriStar Arena Cross series. If you're in the area, definitely go check this event out. You won't regret it. If y'all are interested in supporting the channel, you can do so with channel memberships. The link is in the description or through merch on my website. But if you're not, all good with me. I just hope y'all enjoy the content. What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's Matty B, and as always, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Had a lot of epic arena crash action go down over the weekend between the AMA Pro Series, the Kicker Arena Cross, the TriStar, Redline Oil Arena Cross down in Florida, my local series, the Victory Sports Winter Indoors in Tennessee, and I think I even got a Route 62 clip in here. But man, we saw some of the wildest stuff I've seen in a long time. We saw people getting freezied, although was it really getting freezied? We'll get to that debate soon, and y'all can debate it out in the comments too, no choice. We had TV, podium, interview, interruptions, lappers trying to take out leaders, the classic takeouts from people on the same lap, of course, fights on the track, fights in the parking lot, and I feel like we've all seen the hit between Kyle Peters and Ryan Breece, probably the hardest hit I've ever seen, so definitely weigh in on that incident as well. I missed all this stuff myself. I was not able to travel over the weekend. My transmission of my truck left the chat. Even though I just got it fixed, sometimes you just have bad enough luck where, you know, it could be raining titties and you still get hit by a dick, but it is what it is. Thankfully, a lot of y'all have sent me clips of all the stuff I missed, so huge thank you to everybody who's helped me make this video possible and make it to where I can still give y'all some arena crash content to watch this week. I have my knee surgery coming up. It's on Friday, so we're gonna be down and out for a few weeks. If you want to see this feature continue, then please, by all means, feel free to keep sending in your stuff. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We'll go ahead and get into the best moments from the weekend that was in Arena Crash. And of course, you know, I'll throw some Matty B commentary in there as well. No choice. Even though I wasn't there live, I can still weigh in on it. And I really hope you guys all enjoy this, and let me know what you think about some of these moves and crashes in the comments. All right, roll the clips. First off, we'll start with some drama from the Pro Series, Kicker Arena Cross. If you want to follow along with this series, check the link in the bottom of the screen. The boys were just going at it, and this was an explosion waiting to happen. People were cutting down, going left, right, wherever. And there you have it, Peters with the smash of the century on Ryan Breece. And I really can't see a world where Peters meant to do this. I don't know how you could possibly withstand a hit like that and ride it out yourself. Or maybe the beefs just escalated that far and he decided to sacrifice himself for a total kill shot on Breece. Straight uppercut national, and Breece gets blown right off the back of the machine. And it's Arena Crash, so post-race tempers flaring, you know, are in the contract regardless of what happens. KP saying come get some, and Breece is inviting it. Here's some audio from the boys at Vermoto, and they got an awesome video detailing the incident with something a lot better than iPhone footage.
If not, take your helmet off. Let's go. Hey, come on, guys. Hey, seriously.
So as you heard there, courtesy of the boys from Vermoto, Ryan Breece is setting up a brawl in the street. But not only does he have to take on KP, but also bodyguard Heath Harrison as well. Roll the clip.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Now that we got that drama out of the way, we can get into, well, some more drama. This time, Vince Friese and Robbie Wageman. And Wageman does the honorable thing here by making a clean pass on Vince, but that's where he went wrong. I'm of the opinion that just like playing Supercross with my buddies on Xbox, you might as well just go ahead and hit him, because no matter what you do, he's going to get you back at some point. But Wageman made a super clean move, and I'm sure he'll learn from it, because shortly after, he got Friesied, or did he? I really didn't think this was a bad move at all. That was actually pretty tame. Classic Arena Crash takeout, and it was unbelievably tame for a Vince Friese takeout. And I'm a fan of Wageman. He's a rad dude, and I bet you in hindsight, if he looked back on it now while the emotions aren't running high, he would probably blame himself in a way for leaving the door open. However, while emotions were still running high, Wageman made the no-choice maneuver to mess with Friese and try to jack up his race on the last lap while he was getting lapped. But in classic Vince fashion, he bulldogged his way through it, and it actually messed up his teammate Breece worse than it messed up Vince. One last-ditch effort to tee him up in the final corner, and then, surely full of rage after watching him take the checkers and the win right right in front of him, throws him a little brake slide roost bucket just to let him know, hey man, I really didn't enjoy that experience. And man, Vince was stone cold about it too. Wageman rides up all pissed and Vince just pats him on the back, says, good job buddy, I gotta head to the podium. So yeah, we got the boos. We've heard them and seen them before, but then we got this, which I have never seen before. Homie with a bold strategy just gets up right in Vince's face during the podium interview and says this.
We're having fun. We won every moto.
Again, make sure to check out arenacrossallaccess.com, and even you from the comfort of your own home can hear exactly what the fans think of Vince Friese directly after the race from the horse's mouth. But back on track, Wageman's here. He's saying, brother, I passed you clean. What's your deal? And Vince said, yeah, dude, that was your first mistake. And really for post-race drama, this was super tame. Just a little bit of talking. No fighting or anything. At least not at this location. And is that Heath Harrison I see fraternizing with the enemy? Glad to see they made up after their trip to the parking lot just one night prior. But these guys at TriStar Arena Crash in Florida sure as hell didn't make up. I have no idea what led to this one, but luckily they got some soft Florida beach sand to fight on, and these moto fights always crack me up with full gear, helmets, and everything, man. You can pretty much do whatever you want and just wail on them, and you're just not going to be able to get much damage done. It reminds me of the kid with anger management issues in high school who's trying to punch a hole in his wall and ends up just breaking his hand. Then we got the locals from the local Victory Sports Arena Crash in Tennessee, and I believe this fight was actually over a pit bike race. Classic. As you can see, kicks are being delivered to the head and face region until cooler heads unfortunately prevailed when friends jumped in and split the boys up. And rumor has it a lot of alcohol was involved as well, so one can only assume this made for one hell of a pit bike race. Now we're back to the Florida beach sand of TriStar Arena Crash, and this is just yet another classic example of how tempers can flare in Arena Crash as Cole Forbes delivers the business to Aiden Shive right away in turn 2 as they're out in front. And the fun thing about Arena Crash is it's just such a small track that it's way too easy to get retribution, wait a lap or two, and just go after the leader like you're seeing right here. Shive was having none of it, said, you ruined my race, I'm ruining yours, no choice. Took a couple of good stabs at it, and I just want to add as they go through this whoop section that's not a whoop section, that if whoops looked like this, I think I could have had myself a whole lot better shot at not smashing that concrete wall. As you see, Shive goes for the smash on Forbes, and this was the end of it as Shive ended up catching the black flag, and man, the black flag is just hard. You gotta be a real rider to catch a black flag. He could almost use this as a flex, head to the bar after the race, hey ladies, yeah, I caught the black flag tonight, want to come home with a badass? Look no further. This one's from somewhere that's never been featured on the local tube, Route 62 in Ohio. I can only assume this is the C or D class, as you can see by the immediate zigzags. And man, Blue Crew cross jumps right into Ride Red, who just launches the machine over the berm. Blue Crew gets high-sided while Ride Red's over there all, Jesus, take the wheel. Sorry, brother, not even he can help you right now. And man, here's the craziest part of the video to me. So there's just complete utter destruction. Homie lays himself out into the next century. What do? We just move a couple of hay bales in front of him, get a flag out, and let it ride. The show must go on, baby. No choice. Here's a few clips people have been tagging me in on TikTok, which I've been trying to make a little bit of a push on. If anybody wants to follow me on there, I would appreciate it. But this is just some standard Arena Crash carnage, Indonesias, fence hits, pileups, collisions, everything under the sun. It's going down in here. We've even got bikes flipping into golf carts, which I have no idea why they'd be parked on an Arena Cross track, but here we are. And you gotta find humor in these clips where the guy gets up and has no idea where the machine is. Then we've got this mayhem send and a half off an old school Arena Crash catapult on a YZ85. Cases the double a little bit, no need to call a lawyer or anything. But when he lands, he grabs a handful of throttle and never lets her go. And if that wall was any closer to the track, that was another Matty B wall smash in the making. And while he might not have smashed the wall, this guy sure as hell did. My God, he smashes the boards and they fall on top of him. I do admire the super janky yet highly economical setup with just laying boards against a fence. And shout out to 215 Media for getting us this gem. Back to the Florida TriStar Arena Crash, and imagine trying the finish line on a Sur-Ron. I mean, the thing is a dang glorified Walmart bicycle. I mean, you might as well just have somebody tow you in on a 10-speed. Our guy goes for the very bold strategy that I doubt was on purpose to wheelie up the face of the finish line like JS7 Daytona.
Night here at Daytona.
But he manages to reel it in just before going to Indonesia and instead goes for the K-Dub failed transfer off the side of the finish line with little to no suspension and no choice. Back to Victory Sports, a local Arena Crash in Tennessee we go, and this one was heavy. Almost half of the women's class is on the deck hard before they even get to the first turn. And this was such a gnarly chain reaction. I mean, look at the remains of the start straight. It looks like a hurricane tore through this thing. Bikes and bodies everywhere. I hear it was a scary scene down there, but I believe everybody's going to be okay and make a recovery. It all starts with a little lock bar national out of two of our ladies, and then the poor girl behind had her front wheel in the air and set it right down right in time to head to Indonesia in a big way. This crash was so gnarly it had uninvolved riders adding themselves to the melee out of pure intimidation. Now onto the kicker arena cross, the X-Pro class, the electric bikes. I know y'all love these. And Kalana Humphrey comes out of the whoops a little overzealous and smashes into Michael Hicks in an electric sandwich. And this is straight up dangerous activity. I don't want to see anybody getting electrocuted. Or imagine if these two hit each other on a couple of positive wires and the things just burst into flames. And right around the inside, Bogle says, "Don't mind if I do, boys. No choice." Back to Florida, TriStar, Redline, Oil Arena Cross. We are getting our frequent flyer miles, and this was a stacked one. There was tons of guys between PRMX, Dirt Bike Depot, and a lot of them found themselves on the ground right there. Right in the center of the screen, Jack Chambers, who I took this video off of his Instagram, does an unreal jump of the gate. He times it perfectly, but then he gets on the brakes early. It was almost an epic strategy to take out half of the field, but the only problem is he went with him. I'm going to let this one play with the audio and not me talking because it is hilarious, man. I love how early these beginners are ready for gate drop. They are ready to go before people in the moto that just finished. No video proof, but I did get this photo of Jet sent in to me, and it looks like he's back to his standard activities. We'll try to catch back up with him whenever the series resumes in a few weeks. Now we got Jadon Cooper taking a soil sample in the whoops, going to send it back to the lab for analysis, and he gets the classic rookie experience, like a student driver getting cut off on the highway. Welcome to reality, bitch. Still a kicker arena crash. We got Kawasaki Hot Shoe Landon Gordon considering going to Indonesia, putting the down payment on it, but backing out and just nose picking it instead. And then we got his brother Revin, who said, "Landon, dude, you ain't gonna be the only one who's in Matty B's crash video. I'm joining you. There's enough clout to go around for the two of us." And man, with a name like Revin floating the hell out of his valves, better be in his contract. Coming out of the first turn right into a rhythm section is always hairball in arena crash, as demonstrated by Ryan Breece with the involuntary no-footer leg twitch. But whatever it takes to ride out of it, gotta commend him. I know I'd be giving the 460 a Dunlop tattoo on this one.
No, 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 no!
The loose unit, Shore Wilson, buys an entire block of property in Indonesia, and look at the rest of the field. No regard whatsoever. Our fast laps need to get done. They're still sending it right by his lifeless body. So brutal. Not enough time to bail, and just gets pile driven by the machine. And this guy's Instagram's name is Shore Likes Moto, and I think you should change it to Shore Likes to Send It, because that's what my man does on the daily. Winding down here to the last couple, this is arena crash legend and entertainer Nick Jones. Comes out of the gate looser than Jared's pants after the dang Subway diet and just goes straight pinball national. Full Faulkner syndrome, bounces off a few of them. And I gotta give it to my guy for getting out of this one. That was insane. And you already know he gathered it up and went right back to sending it. I get that loose right out of the gate, I'm heading back to the pits. We got more K-Dub transfer activity going down, and I know it's grainy as hell. It looks like a 144p video, but people have been sending this stuff to me through social media, and I really appreciate it. I know y'all don't come to this channel for quality. You can see what's going down. Last but not least, we got Noah Viney. He thinks he's off the hook. He survived a weekend of arena crash. Nah, guess again, brother. It was honestly a bit of an impressive acrobatic move, and they even caught it on the broadcast. They did my boy dirty with this one. That's a wrap. Really appreciate y'all watching. Next time you hear from Matty B, he will have a new knee, but still no choice. But yep, we're out. That's it for today. Catch you guys next time.